There's a piece of this gospel that's missing, if you will. It's that piece where Peter and the beloved disciple, John, go to the tomb and see the wrappings and examine the tomb and then go back to the other disciples. But Mary stays at the tomb. She stays there praying, she stays there hoping, she stays there waiting in anticipation for the risen Lord. And indeed, he does not disappoint. First, she sees the angels, and they wonder, why are you weeping? Because she's weeping because she can't see the body. She can't find the body. But then she encounters Jesus. And it is when Jesus calls her by name, when he calls to her Mary, her eyes are open, much like the disciples on the road to Emmaus when they recognized Jesus in the breaking of the bread, a beautiful, powerful Eucharistic moment. Mary recognized Jesus when he calls her by name, and then she ascribes to him Rabboni, teacher, because that is what he has been for her, a teacher. And Mary is one of those figures who has been greatly misunderstood in our tradition. It was, for the longest time, ascribed to her that she was the sinful woman who washed Jesus' feet with her hair. And most modern theologians, most current theologians say that's not the case. There's no theological evidence to link her with that woman. But she is known as the woman from whom 7 demons were driven out. And that does not ascribe to her any kind of sinfulness, maybe possession or maybe, some sort of challenge, certainly. But Jesus drives the demons out from her, and she becomes a follower of Jesus, and a devout follower at that, to the point where she stays with Mary, Jesus' mother, and she stands at the tomb, or stands at the foot of the cross and waits and holds fast to caring for Jesus. And there she is again, waiting for Jesus. There she is, the disciple. In fact, she's known as the apostle to the apostles, because Jesus commands her then to go from the tomb and to go back and to tell the others what she has seen, to make an accounting of the resurrection. And she does so dutifully and beautifully, telling them what she has seen, that she has seen the Lord, and that she has encountered the Lord, and she has had an experience with the Lord that any one of us would be, amazed to have. This encounter in which she and Jesus have a conversation, have a prayerful, beautiful encounter, where he calls her by name. And that's how Jesus calls us. Jesus calls us by name. He calls us into relationship by name, just as he did with the apostles. We are known by Jesus, and it is he who calls us to a new life, first through baptism and through confirmation and through evangelization, to be evangelists, to be apostles for the Lord. And Mary is meant to be that. Mary is called by Jesus to be that, to evangelize to the resurrection, this great truth of our faith, and one of the central truths of our faith, the fact that resurrection gives us new life, it gives us new hope, it gives us a new way of living, for we no longer are shackled by sin. We are no longer constrained by this world with the gift of resurrection. And being given the gift of resurrection gives us the opportunity to go out into the world and to be a gospel people, to be an evangelizing people, and to go forth from the tombs in our life, from those things that are holding us back, into going out into the world and going forth with the promise of Jesus into the world. And we have indeed died with Christ so that we might rise with him. We no longer live in the flesh. We are people of the Spirit. We are new creations, as St. Paul says. Whoever is in Christ, he tells us, is a new creation. The old things have passed away, new things have come. And Jesus himself makes this promise. Behold, I make all things new. And it's not that it's an improvement. It's not life 2.0. It is a new life. It is a radically different life that we are called to live in resurrection, in baptism, in our encounter with the Lord. Mary Magdalene is for us a wonderful and powerful example of faith, fidelity, and love. May we, through her intercession, come to know the Lord, come to encounter the Lord, and come to share the Lord with all whom we meet.